Paul.
He's Parker.
And together we are the Battle Hammer.
What are we doing?
Do monthly mumble. Do monthly mumble. Do. See, Frankie's joining in. No, he's all jumping up as well and saying hello. Because every day we're mumbling. Hello.
Monthly mumble number what?
Number 18.
18.
Old enough to drink now.
Old enough to drink.
Well, I mean, it's 18 months, so technically not old enough to drink. No, you're so smushy in your face parts. And now you're biting.
Not legal in any way of anything. So first of all, we need to say Happy New Year to one and all.
Happy New Year.
Because it might be Mumble number 18, but it's the first one of the year.
It is the first one of 2019.
Yeah. No, get down, you little shit.
Although, if you eat that, you absorb all of the rules, then you can be the new rules dog, and you can tell us what all the rules are. Don't bite me.
No, it can't.
Is that not how it works?
No.
Do you not just stick the flash drive right in the poop?
No. No. You don't stick anything in the pooper.
No.
So, what have we got planned for this year, Parky?
Being as awesome as we always are.
Goes without
I'm going to try and paint more. No, I am going to try and paint more.
I wasn't saying anything. Are you going to try to win more Exodus games?
Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to try, and I'm going to fail.
Are we going to be starting anything new this year?
Well, we don't know, because we won't know until we do.
That's very true, actually. Is there anything new we're looking forward to?
Oh, more stuff than I can possibly imagine. Hate. Looking forward to Hate when that arrives.
Yes, looking forward to that.
Which is the Kickstarter for Adrian Smith and Cool Mini or Not.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the other Kickstarter we did for Deep Madness. So the extra other bits that we'll be getting, because I do like that game, even though we're it's very, very difficult and we're very, very shite.
Looking forward to the new bits for Star Wars Legion. Because I would like to play that more.
Yes.
It is the only thing that frustrates me about Star Wars Legion. I think that's going to be resolved now the specialists are out. But it is very like you play with Han and Leia, and you play with Han and Leia every fucking time.
Yeah.
I think now there's a bit more stuff coming out once the new tank and speeder come out and the specialists.
Yeah, not named commanders.
No. I'm looking forward to like an Imperial, like your Imperial officer with units of stormtroopers. No Darth Vader, just bods.
Yeah.
Bods as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, no named characters in it, so you can have a couple of Wookiees running around.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
I still want to do like an epic campaign where we're doing lots of little bits, all of the same thing. So you do Star Wars, and you do a bit of Legion, you do a bit of Armada, and you do a bit of this. You tie all the story together in our narratives the way we do, which would be interesting to do.
Looking forward to seeing what else comes out for Keyforge.
Yes.
Because the new expansion for that will be at some point in the next 2 or 3 months, I'd have thought. Just to see what they're going to do. Obviously looking forward to all of the new Wild West Exodus releases.
No, we're not.
Plus,
no, we're not.
Dystopian Wars and whatever else is.
We're not bothering with that anymore.
Going to be going on. What? Because I'm such a loser at it.
No, no. The trouble is now we have to play more, so I can teach you how to do it.
That's true. We do have to GITGUD.
Yeah, get good.
Get good. Get good.
I mean, we're nearly at the end of Blackstone Fortress, so they better hurry up and bring out an expansion for that.
Well, that is coming, isn't it? That'll be cool. The big amble.
Amble.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So lots of stuff going on.
Always stuff going. Oh, get off of the windowsill. Lots of stuff going on.
Did you see the foreground stuff for Exodus? 32mm scale Wild West buildings from foreground.
No.
Oh, they look really pretty. They're on the foreground Facebook page.
I don't care.
They want to be in your house.
No. I like my Exodus ones, thank you very much. I've got more than enough.
They're pretty as well.
You started the saloon yet?
No. I've been painting Conquistadores.
Which you crap with, so what's the point of worrying? You might as well just bin them. get another force you're going to be crap with.
It's true.
Start painting them, start to play them, realise you shit with them as well.
And then bin them halfway through painting.
Get the bloody saloon built, because I can't spray the cat house until I've got the saloon as well.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's just wasting paint and air.
I feel sad.
Why do you feel sad?
Because
you're shit.
I'm shit. Wow.
Just see what box he's eating over there. Oh, that's, I guess, a Skaven Blight Scramblers.
Oh, well, it's Skaven Bright Scramblers, you say?
Mm.
And I've at home, we've got the Nurgle's Rotters.
They're in Guild Ball, aren't they? Must be Guild Ball.
Why did you start playing Blood Bowl?
No particular reason. Better Guild Ball.
Because it was wasn't it the computer?
I've been playing the computer game a lot recently because I needed something to play on the old PC. I just played that a lot, and it just brought back so many old memories of when I used to have a halfling team and little Andy Carter, yeah, Gook. He used to have a snotling team, and we'd play for fucking days. Them two teams. The game would literally go on for days because they're like,
Halflings v Snotlings.
Yep, halflings v Snotlings. Pain. It was a world of pain because there was no time limits in those days.
No.
There was no turnovers or anything like that. It was just you played.
Kept going until someone won.
Or died.
Ow! Stop biting my feet.
Or got bitten by the dog. But yeah, lots of stuff coming up this year. Lots of new stuff coming out. Hopefully we'll get hold of some of the new stuff and play some of the new stuff. But as usual...
We'll stop getting beaten by dogs.
That's not going to happen. But as usual, we're just going to keep filming and playing stuff mainly for you.
I'm looking forward to Earth Dawn. More Earth Dawn and stuff like that.
We've got the second part of that campaign coming up this weekend, in fact. Really looking forward.
I'm going to give a big bit of a shout out to anyone. If you haven't watched our Earth Dawn Care Dwellers, I'll put a link somewhere if I can remember. It's a really... I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping that this is a campaign that goes on and on and on. There's something about Earth Dawn that just... Your character, you get like engaged with the character that you play, and you kind of feel it in a way that.
So it's the bit where you came back from the toilet and you were still talking in character.
Yeah,
it was amazing. Because we had Nick and Parker for the first part to introduce their characters, and in this time we get Stick. Well, hopefully Stick and Chris both joining with their new characters. They've both never played Earth Dawn before, and I think as we're actually recording this, Chris is actually watching that video. So. We love it.
So do check it out. I think
it's been our best role playing so far.
Yeah.
Whether it's been the most entertaining for viewers, I don't know.
Well,
because I know it
depends on what a viewer wants. I mean, there was very little in the way. There wasn't any combat, was there?
No combat.
It was all character stuff and conversation and.
You only did like 4 dice rolls.
Yeah.
They're not only perception rolls.
Yeah. Because
if you do get into a fight in Earth Dawn, you're in trouble. But yeah, it's one of my top three favourite games to run. So,
what are your other two?
Pendragon and Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah. There you go.
So there you go. But yeah, it's gonna get really interesting. I've got story arc and everything. Oh,
dear.
Which I don't normally bother with in any game. I just go, no, I'm going to let them do that this week. No, plot lines.
Uh-oh.
And I think I might actually just keep this first part of the campaign in the care. I was going to do something and then get you. I might just leave you in there for another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
In game time, which will be about 10, 15 years in real life.
Yeah.
No, we are enjoying that. So please feel free to go check that out.
I think that it's in a lot of ways I find role playing harder to film because. There's a certain amount of character immersion that when you're in the game and you're playing it, you're in it. But it doesn't mean that people watch it are necessarily going to be as invested. Because if they don't know the background or they don't know your character arc or whatever it is, it's harder sometimes for people to engage with. But
yeah,
but I love it. You forget. You go in and out of games, don't you? Like tabletop or whatever. And now I'm definitely on an up peak of moments in role playing, playing my Tuesday night group, and someone got a throwing knife to the penis because of a critical role, and it's just what you don't get that in a lot of tabletop, do you?
No, but there is definitely something about Earth Dawn that just makes it one of those games you'll always look back at very fondly.
I love the way that you're so well defined as a character. No matter what you play, you can change that definition if you want to. Like, I'm a thief, but I'm not necessarily a thief. I might be, you know, in his head he's a different kind of thief, but he's still a thief. But because you've got that kind of your discipline is something that you hang your hat on.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. It stops you from just being like, oh, I'm going to go and do that thing with my powers. Why are you going to do that thing with your powers? Oh, I don't know, because I can. Whereas actually, you've got a built-in ideology, which I think really helps you to look for something within that character.
I think
don't get out of every game.
I think that's the one thing that Earthdawn did do well, though, didn't it? You know, the whole background and the whole disciplines. It's just love it.
So go and check it out. I would heartily recommend you. If you like role playing, obviously if you don't, then ignore it. Completely up to you.
But there is some very, very good. We do get some
moments.
really good bits in our role playing games. I mean, seeing you get cock blocked by the dwarf was possibly the funniest moment in the games. So, to the questions. What have we got?
Questions. We have questions from our viewers. Legions of fans. So, first of all, we've got Sats, aka Ed Halliday, who's coming to visit soon.
Booked in for a visit.
Ah, good to see you. It will be good to see you, Ed. Question 1. He has got many questions.
Ugh, there's always one.
Which vengeance are you going to? The 4 March or the 5 June?
Not sure at the moment. It's looking at things have cropped up, so we're not too sure if we can now get there.
Yeah.
So if we are, it's the first one. But
we're
it's shush.
Because I'm going to be away the same weekend or the weekend. I'm like, I would be leaving. I'd be getting in and then walking straight out the door again, which might be tricky.
Might not be doing it.
Are there any games / gaming stuff you regret spending money on?
No, purely because we have such a very small budget. And income. So when we do buy games, it has to be what we want. I'm scanning around now like, no.
For me, it's less about, and of course I'm thinking about historically as well, it's less about regret spending money on them. It's more about being saddened by the fact that the game didn't kick off or it's not supported or, you know, do you know what I mean? Such as Wrath of Kings.
Yeah.
You know, got a bunch of Wrath of Kings stuff. I do think it's a good game. I think it's pretty cool, but it's effectively dead now. And it's like, oh, that's a shame. Like, you're not going to find a group to play with. You're not going to, you know, it becomes less viable for the channel because if it's, you know,
if the system's dead, then no one's going to want to watch it.
Yeah. And that's less of like I regret spending money on, and more like, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
And that's kind of more how I feel about things.
Yeah. But no, not really.
No.
Not really. Try not to, because as I said, small budget, lots of toys, got to work out exactly what you want.
Yeah. The drill.
Shut up! It's a bloody chainsaw. They're cutting a tree down. Deal with it without barking, twat.
The drill tank thing for the Minor Guild team.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amusing. Oh, is the sky falling in? No, it's another model on the pitch. Stop your fucking whinging. Crack on with the game. I mean, look at all the other bullshit they'll be able to do.
Yeah, that's true. For me, the only...
It's not worrying until it's on the table and you're playing against it. Then worry.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what the stats are going to be. So, I do... The only thing for me is it kind of a little bit... If not breaks immersion, then it's kind of like, well, how do you... Like, you look at the starting teams, and you had dudes and people, and that was it, and you had a mascot. Whereas now, like, there's a bear, there's a dude on a horse, and I know that it's not... It doesn't matter, because it is just what the stats do. But, like, what are the rules? Like, in world, what are the rules? Like, well, you can have a bloke on a horse. Well, why isn't everyone on a fucking horse?
Maybe not everyone can ride.
That's true. I
think it's a cracking little model.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It just makes me go, huh, and then I overthink it, and I wish I didn't. So it's probably on me than it is the game.
It kind of makes me think, these guys have been watching like Blood Bowl too much. You know, the old dwarf death roller thing, you know.
Chainsaws and stuff like that.
But you don't know until you see it on the pitch, do you?
Yeah, until we see stats.
You know. And even then, just seeing the stats don't do tittle.
No, until you start playing with it.
I need to play with it.
Giggity-goo. How do you feel the new Who is going? I feel like Jodie Whittaker fine. Just hasn't had much chance to stretch herself yet.
Jodie Whittaker is an awesome actress. Unfortunately, the writing for this series has been pig shit.
It says here, the writing is dubious. Trying too hard to hit all the diversity buttons.
Oh.
Consequential villains and not enough of Dr. Amazing, everybody.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I watched the first episode. I watched the second episode. I haven't watched anything else since. I've got them all down on recorded. But, I mean, I like Jodie Whittaker, don't get me wrong. But it's the writing. If the writing's letting a programme down, get rid of the writer.
Yeah.
You know? Or wasn't he contracted for another season?
I don't know. Yeah, the writing's not been great. And I think that part of the Doctor's charm is a certain amount of just a little bit of arrogance. Like, and whether that's a masculine trait of his or hers or whatever has been up until this point, and they're trying to change that. And I get that the Doctor can be anyone, but if the Doctor's anyone, then who's the Doctor? Do you know what I mean? The Doctor's has been different forms. Obviously, we're on what, 13 now, 14, and they're all slightly different, but they all do have. There is a defining characteristic, and a part of that is that just like I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah, I can suss this. I'm brilliant. And the whole thing with the sonic screwdriver.
Oh mate, that's annoying. Every time she uses it, it's like, it's cool when it's a big moment, but when you're just like, I'm going to turn on the kettle, it's like no one fucking cares, you know. And yeah, the diversity buttons. It's like, okay, we get it.
I am really getting to a point with the whole diversity and labelling thing where I just want to smash my head open.
Yeah,
I don't care.
It's a tricky thing. I think
people are going to be people. Let them be who they want to be. Let them say what they want. Just stop it, all of you, everyone. Just fuck off. Stop it right now.
I see it as like a pendulum. So we were this way, and we were all like, you know, ignoring it. And now it's kind of gone the other way, and I think eventually it will kind of swing down in the middle a bit.
Will it?
I think it will.
It'll have to, because sooner or later you're all dead. So it doesn't matter.
That is true.
That's my own
yeah, it's been alright. Doctor Who. I mean, it was better than no Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Some Doctor Who's better than no Doctor Who.
Although Star Trek Destiny is, I'd prefer no Star Trek than that shit. Just saying.
You know who has been the surprise for me? It was Bradley Walsh.
I know. Well done, Mr. Walsh. You completely shocked me in that.
Been really good. What one item would your RPG characters never leave home without?
Pants.
My big two are rope, then flint and tinder. If a collapsible 10-foot pole is available, that's third.
I GM all the time, so I wouldn't bloody know.
Well, assuming you're talking about...
Will you all shut up?
Assuming you're talking about any kind of RPG character, so not a specific class. Or
a decent
else.
weapon that doesn't break, but something that's not classed straight away as a weapon.
Something like a machete that you can use for lots of things, because that's like a piece of camping equipment. That's vital, isn't it?
Oh, no, that's not camping.
Because you need to chop wood, you need to kind of get through
but
things.
But sort of thing you can walk down the street with.
No, that's true. So maybe some sort of survival knife thing.
Again, not always easy to walk around with.
No.
Very interesting though.
Lots
Lots of meat shields.
But if you're talking about like D&D specifically, got to be the bag of holding, because then you can just put everything else in it. It's the perfect piece of equipment. You can just go, ta-da, there's a tent.
Bag of shite, more like. No, I say nothing on that. Shut up. Get down.
How aroused did Blackstone Fortress make you? That crew, though.
Not so.
I've been liking Blackstone Fortress a lot.
We love it. Love it.
Lots and lots of fun.
Really good game.
Yeah, it's been cracking. Really like the mechanisms, and of course now we've been playing it quite a lot. You're kind of starting to see the tactics a little bit more, and the when we first played it,
Sorry about the chainsaws. They decided to cut trees down.
we were rolling the not personality, but the things they did, behaviours for groups, and then we started rolling for individual groups, and you're like, oh fucking hell, I can't believe I've got to do it for all of them. But now I'm like, oh, that's really cool because they're all doing something different.
Yeah, loving it.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the expansion.
No.
With some more heroes, hopefully as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, very good game.
What's your favourite hero?
Ooh, I can't call that one.
No.
I cannot call that because they are all so good. The models are beautiful. The rules for each of them are awesome. I mean, the little ratlings.
Mate, I think. Yeah. I think for just sheer carnage, Pirates of Orn with their flamer is just bonkers. But as a model, the dude with the fridge on his back, the little rattling with the fridge, I mean, what's not to love?
It's a fridge!
He's living his best life.
And the way that we've painted them in orange as well.
Of course.
So, yeah, great game.
And the last question, which is no surprise from Ed, just says, Man of War? Question mark?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's on the list, along with all the other many things that are on the list.
That list is like... Yes, we will play it again. For definite. Next.
What this is from Daniel Laughing Boy Garnett.
Oh, hello, Garnet, you old sod.
What this month have you really enjoyed painting?
My Gene Stealer cults, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed painting them. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I use a different colour palette, maybe. But yeah, I have enjoyed them. But then again, saying that, I have enjoyed painting the Blackstone Fortress figures because we've got them all done. So, and always Wexeter stuff.
I've mostly enjoyed my Conquistadors, although I've been slightly less enjoying them up until this point, and now they're all base coated. I can finally get on with the fun stuff, all the little detailing and tweaking and stuff. That's the bit I enjoy. Fucking base coating can't be asked at all. Paulos01, ahoy hoy, Paulos says you guys are pure entertainment. Thanks.
But pure something.
It's great watching / listening to you two. So refreshing. The banter, insights into your thoughts in the world of gaming, and being honest about personal stuff makes you so easy to connect to. Oh, thank you. Every time, I'm just reading it out as well. Every time a video appears, it makes me smile. It's a really natural formula compared to the so-called professional gaming producers, some of who make me wonder if they're actually into gaming or see it as a money-making opportunity.
Boo on
Keep
them!
doing what you do. How gushing was that? Ugh, vomit. Cool. It's funny, that is a good point though. I think that a lot of, whether they be gaming professionals or whatever, you've got no, oh, here's a thing. And they're like, you've got no idea what this is. Or, for me, what I like is little nuggets of things, whether it be in games or on models or whatever. So I look for those things and I point them out. Whereas they've just got a box and they're like, oh, and they just get very broad, like, oh yeah, it's a bit like this and a bit like that.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck off.
Area control, blah 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 blah.
Oh,
It's
fuck
like,
off.
Yeah, but what about that cool bit on the board?
Yeah.
All this little thing. And I think that my passion for gaming, I hope, our passion for gaming, I hope comes across
I don't like
almost more than the content itself.
I'd like to think so.
You know?
I'd like to think so. Because that's what we like.
Because gaming, I think some people see gaming as almost like a mathematical equation.
Ew.
Like you do this and then that happens and then this happens and this is how it all fits together. And that's fine. But for me, it's more about moments. It's
story.
Yeah. It's about when at the tournament and you charged Makara in and then I managed to get initiative and lobbed a fucking grenade at her and killed her and whatever, that's the moment.
It's the story bits, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we both glazed there because we're both
Just
suddenly
thinking about-
remembering different bits about games.
As I've said already, like someone got throwing knife to the cock in a new role-playing game we're playing. It's like moments like that you can't make up. You can't yes, it was a roll of a dice, but it's it happening at that moment with your friends around a table, you know, or playing Earthdawn when you're chatting in game and then you have an idea and you can see the little twinkle in the GM's eye when he realises that maybe you are getting this, you know, or whatever, and it's like that.
Moments.
Yeah, or when... Oh, fucking, we were playing Wild West Exodus and I had Kodiak and then critted on his tank check, so he, rather than becoming a hex beast, he's still alive. It's like, yes! And yes, it's a 1 in 10 chance, but it's the moment that is memorable, not the
roll.
Not the roll.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what happens first of the game, but it's that moment, and I think that's, to me, is what gaming is about. And I think a lot of people on the internet forget, you know.
Yeah.
So thank you, Paulos. It means a lot that you know that you care. So thank you.
I'm going to go down and stab the dog in a minute.
Cool.
Tilly, shush!
Chainsaws,
dogs aren't bloody no.
Ian Torrance. Ahoy hoy.
Oi oi!
I remember growing up reading Warhammer fantasy fiction, and Slanesh was the chaos god of excess. Although demonstrated mainly by pleasure cults, it was oversimplified down to boob snakes and sexy times over the early 2000s. No specific timing or event.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning of my end of my favourite game of the pre-Guild Ball era. Yeah, that is true. It was excess and drugs and everything else. It wasn't just boob snakes.
Boob snakes!
Boob snakes. I'm
snakes!
going to steal that.
Boob snakes.
Oh, but the new...
Snakes.
They do seem to be going back to
boob snakes.
Boob snakes, I suppose. the new fiends look pretty cool. The harpist with the tendons coming out the back of the dude.
Awesome, isn't she?
That's cool. If you haven't read Fulgrim, read Fulgrim. It's really good, from the Horus Heresy series. And you kind of see how the Emperor's children become kind
boob
of
snakes
possessed by.
Oh.
Well, there's very little in the way of
boobs
because they're space marines, so
and
they don't
snakes.
really do sexy times. You know, it's much more about art and experience and kind of things like that. So
nice twists in
Fulgrim is really cool. One of my favourites out of the Horus Heresy that I've read. Because you really get to see kind of behind the curtain.
Don't you have your phone on for like more than 2 minutes?
No, it turns itself off. I don't know how to change it.
Settings.
Settings, okay. Daniel again, Garnet. Hi, awesome ones. How are you guys? Right. So my question. Recently I've been playing a few games I've gotten a bit bored of because the gamers I've been versus I've gone back to the old ways. Finding it very refreshing playing games I knew the rules solidly knowing the rules.
Yeah.
Is it because I'm old?
Yes. Next.
I think maybe, but rather than playing a new game and not knowing the rules and playing a new game and not knowing the rules, playing a new game and not knowing the rules, and then you kind of get a bit like, I don't really know what's going on. I can't make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Whereas when you know the rules, like I came last in the Exodus tournament, but that wasn't because I didn't know what I was doing. It was because I came last. But I can learn from that because I know the rules well enough, and I can make, whether they be list building decisions or in combat decisions, I can now go, and I enjoy that. I think that's more of an interesting puzzle rather than just, oh, what's this do? Oh, roll some dice. Oh, no, next. You know?
Yeah.
Just my tuppence.
Keep it to yourself, no one cares.
Do you like prefer playing newer, like?
I don't like playing games.
Dirk, Ignatzek, Dirk. Sorry for butchering your name. Says, oh noes, I'm Miss Parker at Spiel. If I'd have known you were there, I'd come over to say hi. Oh, thank you. Hi. I was at Spiel. It was in Germany, eating currywurst.
He's all over the shot again this year, so be warned.
Yeah, be warned.
Parker's massive orange thing is going everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Where's your first one? Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. I think that's how you pronounce it, Chicago. That's right, isn't it?
Chicago.
Chicago Bills.
Which is
End of March.
Which is
Adepticon.
Adepticon.
Which I'm actually really interested to see, because the ones that we've been to so far have been like more gaming generally, so board games, role-playing games, miniatures games, a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Whereas this is very much a war game, miniature war game thing.
Oh, is it?
Focused. And there's lots of tournaments there and like open play and lots of stuff like that, rather than it just being, wow, look at all this stuff. So that'd be interesting to see.
Cool.
Hello. Daniel again, Garnet. Is it wrong to use Ian's loaded Bushido dice if they're his and not mine? I might have to buy some for him when I'm playing the wife. I think it's never wrong to use loaded dice. Of course it's wrong to use loaded dice. It's not wrong to use someone else's dice, unless they don't want you to. Do you have any weird dice things?
I don't like people using my dice.
No.
Because I know where I've filed the edges down.
Yeah.
No, I just don't like people using my dice. Surely most people have their own bloody dice in this day and age.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of... I like having sets of dice. Like if I've got a game...
You say something else next.
Sex with dice?
Yeah.
No, I like having sets of dice. Like if there's a... I need to get some more Wexodus dice that match my other ones. Because I've got 5... and they're old out of print ones from the previous edition of the game. But sometimes I need to roll 6 or 7, and I'm like, no, I don't like mixing them together. Yeah.
And that's like when we play something like Blackstone and you roll your d6s and you put them on your board. I always put them descending orders.
Oh,
I'm like, so anal.
little things like that. Yeah.
We're very anal.
Oh yeah.
And
I just like dice. I think dice are a cool thing. Like I like different. I've got 3 different sets of orange poly dice now, and I'm looking for more.
Dice when I fucking roll them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate them. They hate me. What are you doing?
I'm a bit torn with the custom dice scenario. Sometimes I really like it, and sometimes I really don't. Like I think Fantasy Flight are a little bit over eager with their custom dice. Like,
yeah, because they never give you enough.
well, there's that. But like every game has got a different set of custom dice, and you think, well, hang on a minute. If you've got a decent set of custom dice for a game, why can't you convert them over to that system?
Yeah.
Oh no, but you know, you need a new one for this, even if they've got the same faces on. Just bothers me a bit. Where's AD? I don't know. He's over there. He's somewhere. Hey, great Mumble guys. Who are your favourite board game and miniature games designers?
Me and Parky.
Yeah.
I kind of like everybody equally. I'm not playing favourites.
I'm not. Yeah, and also I'm not. I end up getting focused on the games rather than fanboying about the people who made it.
Yeah.
And I think by supporting the game, you support the people who made it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with a film. Like I like a film, but I don't necessarily go, "Ooh, I love Christopher Nolan," because some of his stuff I really like, and some of it I'm not bothered about. You know.
Yeah. It's a very good answer, just so you know.
Thanks.
Very good answer.
One last question, honest, from Power01. Have you ever thought of doing a live show?
We would if we knew how to, but then it's finding the time that everyone's watching to actually do it.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future we might have a drunken Saturday afternoon session where we suddenly get the camera out, connect it to the laptop, if we ever knew how it would do that,
Yeah.
and then just live stream maybe something. That's a possibility. I think John, when he comes over on next weekend, he's going to show us how to connect the cameras to the laptop.
Cool.
So, you know, like Facebook Live or YouTube Live or something. Maybe.
I know as a viewer of YouTube, I prefer that I can watch it when I'm ready or have time or whatever, rather than having to be like, you know, Thursday night, 1 o'clock in the morning, you have to watch this now. It's like, oh, fuck's
Might
sake.
make the mumbles interesting.
That's true.
You know, we could do
Do
live.
once a month or something,
Yeah,
maybe.
with people type in their shit and we'll go, no, I'm not listening to you, you're crap. You know, idea. Maybe. We don't know.
Florian Kuzner?
But his name's made up.
No, German and stuff.
Oh.
It was so much fun to meet you at Spiel, Parker. Hey. Next time I'll have to buy you a beer. Yay! Thank you.
No, they're not allowed to
And we should prepare you by teaching you German swear words. That sounds like a good thing.
That sounds like a good thing.
Dummkopf. Like stupid head, right? And Shy's a Kopf is shithead. And anything else with Kopf at the end, I think, is head.
You're not allowed to drink when you're demoing.
Yeah, I
Love it.
Cynthia Miller, ahoy hoy.
Hey, hoy hoy.
And
Congratulations.
on Urban Manhunt being out in the world. People can buy it. If you want to go and buy it, go and look it up on the internet.
Go to Drive Through RPGs. It's on their number 5 list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Urban Manhunt. Go get a copy of it.
Like The Running Man and things like that. What I really love is, I follow her on Facebook, and it's interesting to see, like, it looks a bit old school and 80s. And it's like, yeah, that's the point. Like, it's supposed to be designed that it looks like an old game from the 80s, and I think that's really, really clever.
I think it's awesome. We have played it, we like it, we're in the playtesting credits,
yeah.
And we're in the story,
really
so go and check that out.
You're right, you are entertainers, and damn good ones. Oh, you. Want to know what would make you even more entertaining? If you played another game of a certain game that rhymes with Gerben Van Hunt, or at least show the preview book for it. Maybe we should.
Yeah.
He's off to go and get it.
What? This little old
baby.
thing? This little old thing that's got
From Spectrum Games.
It's got the look, hasn't it? It's got that. And that's
it
nice.
reminds me of like an old book of Cyberpunk or
it's exactly
or something like that.
Look at these wonderful gentlemen.
I know, right?
Don't they look vaguely familiar to you, Parky?
Well, one seems to be very handsome and the other one seems to be hideous.
There's definitely some sort of... I don't know.
It does as well. I've got a robot arm.
I know. I'm bald.
That'd be my fucking wanking arm.
I'm bald. I know.
It's stuck.
It's ripped my cock off. I just like the way it's got all the adverts in as well.
Yeah,
brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, Spectrum Games. Run over there. Cheeky trying to get us to play their products.
Israel Serbin. Ahoy hoy.
Hello.
People always criticise how you play a game, but no one really sees how good you guys are, so here's the change. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. I think it's...
Are these people that point out rules, are they pointing out the rules because they think we've forgotten them, or are they pointing them out just to be dicks? It's a thing.
It depends on how you do it, doesn't it? If you're like, oh, I noticed you did this, I think that's wrong, because there was an FAQ on it about this. Okay, thanks very much for the information. I appreciate it. If you're like, I think you're fucking stupid because you fucked it up, well, I think then, well, look.
We've probably done that one for a reason, so people like you then comment.
And no one's perfect at a game. And your game is your game, so if you want to play it slightly differently, like we were just playing Zombicide, we've got our house rule where you're in a spawn zone and you stop people coming.
Yeah.
Picture
of your mum do that. But yeah, it's one of those things.
Paulus01 again, ahoy hoy. Sorry
His
to be
last
a pain
question.
with questions, dudes, but after watching the Aristeo video, I would like to know if you think it's even better than Guild Ball, even though it's on a hex board. I don't think better or worse, I think different, but we do have to play more Aristeo, because that was really fun.
Wouldn't know, I never got the miniature that I wanted.
Oh, I think I bought it, didn't I?
Yeah.
No, I didn't bring it round.
No.
Oh, well, I better bring it round then.
Yeah, it's not better or worse. It's different.
It's a very different
game. It's a very different game.
It's a very different
game. I don't
yeah.
think you can compare them.
Because I think the card system is really quite interesting. The way of switches that you can kind of set things off.
Yeah. It's very different to Guild Ball, so that's one you're trying to be cheeky there and trying to get us to actually comment one way or the other. Well, we're not going to. So there.
Eric T. Huffman, ahoy ahoy Eric, dude from the Black Hoof Saloon podcast for Wild West Exodus. Go and check them out as well if you haven't already.
All these cheeky people jumping on our coattails here, and they?
Well, no, just saying stuff.
What's he asking?
I've tried and tried to get into D&D.
Don't.
It's okay, but I don't think it's my thing.
Don't.
I agree, there's lots out there, so I keep trudging through all the different RPGs, hunting for one I like, and can wrap my head around. Then again, I may just stink at playing them. I think that...
Depends on what background you like, and then you need to find a setting you like, and then find a rule system for it. Because there are so many different systems out there. You know, well, I want a cyberpunkish kind of setting. Well, find a cyberpunk setting, then find a rule book that you can use with that setting.
Yeah.
Don't do GURPS though.
Oh.
Don't do GURPS. Savage Worlds is an easy system that you can transfer into anything. Write your own.
Yeah.
Or take bits that you like from various systems and just cobble them all together.
And also the problem, not problem, but the thing about role playing is you can't enjoy it on your own. like a tabletop game, whether it be a war game or a board game, you can kind of be in your own little bubble and do stuff and play against your opponent, but ultimately it's what you do. Whereas in a role playing game, it's much more about you and the GM and the other player character. So if for whatever reason your GM's not as experienced, or he's, you know, other people haven't put the same amount of care that you have in your character, or they want to play in a different way, like some people want to play the more tactical combat part of it. There's nothing wrong with that. If they want to play that and you want to play character, or vice versa, if you're like, oh, I've designed my character to be combat monster, and when we get in there I'm going to do all this cool stuff, and then there's no combat for the whole adventure, and you're like, oh, well, that was a fucking waste of time.
Shouldn't have made that character up then, should you? You should have spoken with your GM, sort out what kind of game he was going to play.
Be more, I think, be aware that it is a social contract, if you like, and you can all have a conversation before the game starts. What do we want out of this?
Yeah.
What do we want to get?
Yeah.
Where do we want to be?
Because there's nothing more infuriating than being in a group where you've got like 2 players that want to do it this kind of way, and 3 players that want to do it that kind of way. Yeah. Because then your GM is sitting there going, why the fuck did I bother?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. But I think, find a group that you gel with is like number one more than anything
I think
else.
it depends on whether you're running or a player.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, totally.
But
D&D, the advantage of running is you can make the game that you want to play, but then of course you can't play in it.
Precisely.
Yes, it's a very tricky thing. I think that as much as I don't hate D&D in the same way that Straw does. However, I am frustrated that people think that's the only game out there, in the same way that people think 40k is the only tabletop game out there. And it's like, oh yeah, but there's so much more. Like, oh, you set up miniatures and shoot each other. It's like, yeah, but not just that.
Oh, you're 40k players, aren't you?
No. Oh, my baby cousin plays Warhammer. Like, oh, do they?
Do they really?
Do they really?
Whoop.
Yeah. It's tricky.
People.
Sunfire SG.
Oh, he's another one of them bleeding.
You got me, yeah, I'm a
New
Kiwi.
Zealanders,
We're
yeah.
disgusting. Enjoyed the answer on cults. It was a roller coaster. Can't remember what we said about cults. Do you see the cults, or
we love them.
Being in a cult?
Being in a cult. So how much we love them. We like being mind washed. I can't remember. I don't go back and watch what we do.
Dirk Ignadzek.
Again. Oof.
Just rewatched your The Walking Dead video. I like that game a lot, and I think it makes for a good narrative back rep. Will you play Walking Dead All Out War again anytime soon? Again, it's on the list. We did enjoy it a lot when we played it, didn't we? I liked the little table, the narrativeness of the trying not to make noise, and then the zombies come in. Yeah.
It's just finding the
On the
time
list.
to put them in.
Paulos01 again with his like, oh, I'm not going to ask her any more questions.
This is his own show at this
Yeah,
rate.
he is. Which miniature game do you currently play that do you connect with the most? And which do you connect with the least? Also, why? To both questions.
Right, well, Wexodus.
I've been loving Wexodus. There's no like surprise about that.
It's definitely got something. I can't quite put my finger on it. I think it's the way that it works with the cards, but you still have so many options of what you can do, you know, and you're not forced to do this unit first, then I do this unit, then I do that. No, you can work out what you want, when you want. I think that is a definite...
It's like a constant puzzle of how do I want to do X, and I've got A, B and C to be able to do that. How do I make A, B and C work together? Like, do I use fortune to generate focus, or do I use it as an action point, or do I use my cards as an action point, or do I save them for later in the turn? I think that...
And it's the the word stuff things, in not the interaction, but the anticipation that you can act and then I can.
Like the unpredictability of what
Yeah.
your opponent's doing, and like
Yeah.
you can how you I don't quite know, because you might I've drawn a 2, yeah, but I've got 5 action cards in my hand to be able to do X, Y, Z
Yeah.
and shoot that guy, and like, why are you running down there? Oh, because you can score a victory point, stuff like that is
Yeah. Whereas,
and also I like I mean, it's the Wild West, but it's got a diesel punk aesthetic, but because of that it's very easy to kind of relate to, because everyone knows the Wild West, everyone knows kind of what a diesely punk steampunk aesthetic is, so it's easy to kind of get to grips with, rather than being, I mean, I've looked at a few games and gone like, yeah, but why, like, well, they're at war with these guys, yeah, but
why? What's the point? So 40k is on the opposite end of that. I love the background and everything, but the game itself, I'll set all mine up, you set all yours up. Well, it's now my turn, so I'll move everything in my army. Then I'll shoot with everything in my army. And what are you going to do? I'm going to sit with my thumb up my arse.
Yeah.
It's an old way of playing games. Old way. And I just don't think it's interactive enough. That's the word I was looking for.
No, you're right.
Interaction between the players. Whereas in Wexodus, you are constantly like, right, so you're going to do that. Okay, right, so now it's my turn. Oh, how am I going to counter that? But you haven't activated that yet, and that's probably going to be more of a threat to me. So do I worry about that, or do I worry about that other thing you've kept over there that's not doing anything?
Do I spend my fortune points to do veteran instincts to shoot you back before you get to shoot me, or quicken the dead, or whatever? Yeah.
Or, oh, look at all your orcs. I'm going to get shot to shit this round.
Yeah. And it's a shame, because I love, obviously, same as all the other gamers in the world have grown up with 40k, and I love the world, I love the narrative, the models are stunning, but I've just got no, like, I want a Death Guard army, but, like, am I going to play it? Really?
Once, maybe.
Can they change it? I mean, can they even change? Can they kind of take the Juggernaut off the road a little bit and try and tweak it?
Of course they can.
People go mental just over. Look at the new fucking beta test with the bolters. People have gone mental over that, and it's just one. It's not even a real thing yet. It's just a beta test. Oh, fucking blah, 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 because people are so invested in it.
You could change it. You could change it so dramatically, and you could turn it into an absolutely fucking awesome game, just by a few little changes.
You wouldn't even have to do.
I go, you go, rubbish.
I don't think you'd even have to do unit by unit. If you did like little formations that
formation
one
by
go,
formation,
all your, land speeders plus whatever is with them. Maybe split your army up into 3.
This infantry unit can activate, and when this unit activates, it can activate another infantry unit. Blah blah blah. This command unit can activate, so then this infantry unit can activate. Blah blah. That sort of thing, but not the I'll move my Tyranids and Orcs. Oh no!
And it's interesting how we love the world, but there's such a disconnect with the rules. And actually, we're talking about being narrative gamers, but if a game doesn't allow you to be narrative for whatever reason, it makes it much harder to come up with a cool, interesting story when you just move everything and it just attacks.
Yeah, there is no.
Just roll fucking stacks of dice.
Yeah, where's my story? Where's my cinematic moments when I'm sitting there rolling 50 dice? There's no cinematic moment in that at all, apart from going, oh.
Whereas, you have, I don't know, Roboot Gilliman versus Mortarion, say. That should be an epic combat, but ultimately it's whoever gets to go first and makes most attacks. Whereas in Exodus, which would, on the flip side of that, you might have a parry, you might be able to quicken the dead, you might veteran instincts and get to hit them first. There's a lot of other stuff you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them things.
That's not even that's only the first bit of the question. What book, film or TV series that currently has no miniatures game do you think would make a great tabletop game, and why? a good question.
It's a great question, but is there an answer? I'm not so sure there is.
I don't know.
I mean, they've already done EastEnders.
What?
Yeah, Zombicide, All Out War, take your pick, mate.
Yeah.
They're all the fucking same. But there isn't. I don't think there is anything that would...
I think this define tabletop game, like some would work as a miniatures game and some really wouldn't. And some, I think the problem is that people take film and TV narratives and try and twist them into a game, and actually some of them just don't make a lot of sense, or you know, there's not a lot of other places to go potentially, which is kind of frustrating. Like we were talking about Star Wars Legion, say. You know, I want to see more of the non-player characters, if you like, the ones who weren't in the films.
Yeah.
Which you do get a lot of in Imperial Assault, admittedly. But I want to see those converted into Legion.
But no, I actually can't think of anything.
No, the problem is horror is very difficult because you've got, generally speaking, you've got one big scary thing and like a bunch of innocents who are just...
I think one way or another, most things are covered, aren't they?
Yeah.
One way or another.
Oh, I'm trying to think of something. You know what? I'd like to see... Bill and Ted? No, not Bill and Ted. Maybe... Oh, there is a Bill and Ted game. There was a Bill and Ted tabletop game.
God's sake. Can't think of anything worse.
I don't know.
No. Stumped us.
Stumped us. Everything I can think of then already has it. Walking Dead. Evil Dead, that's got a game.
Yeah.
Even like silly things like Big Trouble in Little China's got a game for some reason. You know, because everyone's like 80s nostalgia at the moment.
Yeah, there is basically something for everything.
I'd almost like to see, I know it sounds like a weird thing, but something that is connected but isn't necessarily a direct spin-off. So something like The Last Starfighter, right? Where the kid plays the arcade game and then they get sent up into space to become an actual starfighter. But the before that, when because he's the last starfighter, right? And they got him because they were running out of dudes. I want to see the evil army that is encroaching on the civilization. That, and then you're the defenders, you know, and you're defending against what's going on. And you've got the turtle-headed guy, but before he joined up there, you know, his little story, something like that. So you're taking a story, but you're looking at it from a slightly different angle, you know?
Different timeline.
Yeah, something like that might be a better way of doing it rather than just going, I'll play Last Starfighter. You can have one guy flying around. It doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. And
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. No.
More questions. Going to be a long one, I think.
Have you run out yet?
No. Matthew Very, or Matthew, 17 Mumble, still so cool. Even so I don't understand it all. My English is good, but I am just a damn froggy. His words, not mine. Still my top 1 YouTube page. We're on someone's top 1. That's awesome. Boom. Thank you very much, Matthew. That's touched me somewhere deep in my genitals.
Sad that we're at number 1 on his listings.
Well, I'm not going to complain.
There must be some better porn out there, surely. No, thank you very much. We shall try to talk slowly so you understand.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je voudrais manger ton visage.
Okay.
That's just for you, that is.
Lucky.
Luxana X. Enjoyed the video. Love Burrows and Badgers. Thumb. Have you seen This Is Not a Test by World's End Publishing?
No.
No.
Never heard of it.
Think it's better than Fallout Wasteland that Parker mentioned, and can use any minis. I have to bear that in mind. This is not a test.
We'll look into that.
Matthew also says, spoiler alert, I'm in the Orange Army since near 3 years and still happy to be in there.
3 years? That's longer than we've been part of it.
Hang on a minute. Have we been going that long?
Yes. Yes. We were young once.
Paulie P says, now that you're loving season 4, might you start going back to Guild Ball tournaments?
No.
No. Just not in a...
It's not a thing. Not for me. People... When it all first started, you know, when the Guild Ball scene was first starting, everyone, it was all fun and friendly, and people still are. However, they're also now uber competitive, and that is not why we play.
No.
We play for the fun.
And I get that it's a competitive game and it's designed to be, you know, a tournament game in a lot of ways, and that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with it. I still enjoy the game a lot. But yeah, the scene gets a bit...
I wouldn't say
hardcore.
stale, but it is very hardcore-ish, and it's like, ooh. No, we turn up, we just want to take the piss and play games and have a drink and fall over and just have fun.
Yeah.
Whereas if you end up having to play like someone in the first game who's like, right, blah, 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 bosh, bosh, trashes you 12-0, you think, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing. It's not that you don't like... You know, you take your wins and you take your losses, but if you know that everyone else is on a basically a different level for you, then what's the point? Like if you're going to, I don't know, if you're going to like a super hardcore, like 40k is the same. If you wanted to go to a super hardcore tournament where everyone's just got like 3 nights, because that's what's winning at the moment, or whatever it is, and then you're going there with your cool individually converted army and everyone's really fluffy and like, oh, well, I didn't take any of those because, you know, I wouldn't have had those because I don't know, like Death Guard. I don't really like Poxwalker models that much, and you know, for me, it's more about Plague Bearers because that's just how I envisage them because I'm a bit old school, you know. So like I'd take, oh, Plague Bearers are shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to very, you know,
No.
when you sit down across from your opponent, and go, oh, that's all crap, I'm going to beat that.
Yeah.
How about you fuck off?
Yeah, yeah.
How about I flip this table into your
And
fucking smug's face?
Of course, not everyone's like that at all, but there's enough of them that it's like...
There's enough of them that you're gonna come across 2 or 3 of them when you're playing.
Yeah.
And that's enough to make you go, no! Or no, for our French.
No.
Our French friends.
French friends, yeah. C.E. Jarvis, you're entertaining gamers. Thank you. I also like to think you're a great channel to watch to see if a game is playable and fun to play.
That's what we do. That is what we do.
Hold back on your thoughts, and that's what's very helpful when considering buying a new game. Thank you. Yeah.
We are very, very, sometimes a little bit too truthful for some people's taste, but
Yeah.
that's the way we are.
But yeah, I think it is about being fun. I think sometimes you can have what is a great game, like a lot of Euro games as well. Like they can be really clever and really good, but sometimes they're just not a lot of fun. You know? It's like doing maths, and
It's all in the wording, isn't it? Game.
Yeah.
Something played for enjoyment.
Yeah, and there should obviously be a certain amount of competitiveness in there. Obviously, you want to win, but you want to create a fun environment and a moment of fun whilst doing so as well. You know, you don't just want to go,
Haha, I beat you, you're shit.
yeah, that's not, to me, what gaming's about. Oh, Mark Barracloth says, ahoy hoy, ahoy hoy.
Ahoy hoy.
Do you think you'll get round to playing Firefly Adventure? Yes. At some point, again, that's
on the list.
Got a big old list of stuff that we
It's
keep
on.
meaning to play.
It is on the list. That one is definitely on the list.
Yeah.
The list. What?
This one from Dan again.
Oh, for God's sake, now hasn't he got anything better to do?
Well, this one, I think this is going to be a good question. Oh, and that's it. That's the last one, right?
Oh well.
Dear Darren, one of the labourers at work is dating a massive twat. She's a right bunny boiler and tried to run him over because he went into a newsagent's and 2 Fitbirds came out the shop. She's paranoid, thinks in 2 seconds he got their numbers, etc. So my question is, how do I stop this bell turning up at work when I tag my labourer in a Facebook post when the Booberellas are in it? Thanks, Darren.
Well, speaking as a man of experience in that kind of field, I have no idea.
I think if you just give her the side eye when she comes in, just give her a little bit of a, well, and then like say to him like, oh, don't forget we've got that work to do, you know, and kind of call him over, make it look like not that she's not welcome, but you know, make her appreciate that you're busy, so busy at work.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
that's. asking people like us that sort of question. You've got no idea about women, and I'm married. We've got no idea
about women.
I tell you, we should have.
They've got soft, squidgy front parts.
We should have forwarded that question to Chris. Old Spoonie, he'd have answered that straight away, wouldn't he?
He would have.
He'd have sorted that.
And that's it. That's all the questions on Monthly Mumble.
Mental.
If you've got any more questions that are gaming related or woman related, we'll be happy
Or
to
man
answer.
related.
Or man related, yeah, relationship related.
Yes, maybe your agony uncles.
It could be your agony cunts.
Oh, I think I've got something on my penis. What do I do about it?
Don't see
Push
the
her
fucking
off.
doctor. That's one thing that bothers me. You see a lot of these. Oh, I'm not well and I've got this. Go to the fucking doctor, you dummy.
You know how difficult it is to get to a doctor's these days?
But is it easier to phone up the telly and go, oh, I've got a fucking problem in my head, I've got 2 heads. Do you think I should do something about it? Yes, of course you should. You've got 2 fucking heads. I don't...
Yeah, but you can't just sort of say, well, go see a doctor, because these days you've got to wait like 15 weeks before you get a fucking appointment.
That's true.
You know, you could have, I've got my finger. Well, go to the doctor's. Oh, I've bled to death by the time I get into a doctor's.
Aye.
There you go. We hope we've answered your question.
You know what I'd like to see? Actually, going back to games that are based on IPs, I'd like to see a Marvel / DC game.
Shoot me now.
No.
Shoot me now.
Fuck off.
Shoot me now.
It isn't the Night Models one with everything in it, but is more like individual games for individual things. Like the DC one is now. It used to be Batman.
See that field over there?
What?
It's full of all the fucks I give right now. And notice that field is fallow.
Yeah, whatever. But like a Daredevil game where you're going around and you're solving things and you're like finishing that guy off and going over here and rescuing this lady from being mugged and kind of doing some detective work in the background, rather than just Daredevil and he's fighting Superman for some reason because they're in the same rule set. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but no.
Okay.
You can just fuck off and spontaneously
Or just
combust.
punish her and just like start one end of the board
And see how
and
many
then just
people you can
murder until you get off the edge of the board. That'd be good.
Yeah,
Probably do that.
Everyone uses a D4, but you use a D20.
Yeah, because you're a punisher and fuck shit up.
I think we're done, aren't we?
I think so. I'm done.
So, as usual, there's...
If you want to help us out, you can find our Patreon link in the top corner. I'll also put a thing in the down below area.
Also down below.
Which is our Patreon, and we do appreciate anyone who wants to help us on our Patreon quest of, you know, it's
Getting
not just
good.
about spending it on beer or anything. It goes towards the channel. You know, we bought lights, we bought an extra camera just last time, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We buy terrain as well, so the battle reports can look nice and stuff like that. So if you want to help us out, you can. We'd super appreciate it. If you can't, that's fine. But have a think about it and see if it's something you want to do.
And you do get access to never seen before videos.
Indeed, yeah. Once a month we put up a new Patreon only video, so you'll have access to that. And of course, if you go Patreon now, then you'll go back in time and access all the old ones.
All of the old.
Down below, we've also got the Amazon wish list, which is if you don't want to necessarily donate X amount a month, then you just go, hey, I want to buy them something that they will use for their channel. Then you can go there and do that.
Also, if you are going to buy stuff for yourselves,
Yeah.
can we put a WordPress link down
I think so, yeah, should be able to.
We'll try to put that in.
Put a WordPress link to our
Blog.
our blog, which has got a Wayland Games affiliate link. So if you buy stuff through them via that link, then we'll get a little backhander. Backhander sounds like a kind of.
It
wank,
sounds a
doesn't
bit
it?
like a wrong way round wank.
Yeah.
So so there are those ways that you can.
That's what they're doing when they're in the wrestling. When they do that, they're doing a backhander because they use the backs of their hands to masturbate.
So yes, there are those ways that you can help us
out.
or you can just send us a big fat check.
Yeah, but the number one thing you can do,
The
super
number one
mega
thing is
wow thing is
Get your questions in for
get
next
your
time.
questions in, put them down below in the doobly doo or in the comments crotch box, But most importantly, don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it, want to subscribe. If you don't like it, don't want to subscribe. You don't have to like and subscribe, but we would like if you liked and subscribed. And until next time,
Stay.
And then we like pause it in the air and do, and then the music starts kicking. And then you have to stop it while we're
I can't
stuck
with my
in the
fingers
air.
because I'm kind of stuck.